Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Oops, I forgot to unmute before. I hope everybody's doing well today on Sunday. I hope you saw my message. There will be no members only tonight because there is a live fantasy football draft that I will be partaking in. I will be on my best behavior, so we got to get all of our fucks and cunts and shits and dammits out here before I go be an adult. I hope that everybody is doing well today. It is Sunday, but it is September the 1st. I'm reluctant to be the first one to welcome you to September, but it's here. There's nothing we can do about it now. It is here. And what else do we do but fucking move forward? I will be taking Wake Me Up When September Ends requests if you'd like. I would also prefer to be woken up when September ends, but I will need approximately $2,000 to do that. So, anyways, I hope everybody else is doing well. Well, everybody, not just everybody else. Everybody. Thank you so much, Sashina. I hope you're doing well. I know you're getting ready to go back to school. Mike, I saw that you had a bad day earlier. I am sorry about that. But I will say, we can do it. I know for a fact that that's right, I'm talking to you. You have made it through every other single fucking day in your entire life. That's a great track record. And I know you can do it again today. So remember that whenever you're doubting yourself, that you have amazing track record. You can do it. You can do it. Kendra's here. Hi. We are having a good day. I think so. Enough said. But just remember that it is hard to debate the fact that you've literally made it through every single day in your life. You were surprised to see that I am a part of Colin's Fantasy Football. You didn't know I was interested in American football. Well, I'm interested in immersing myself in American culture. Doesn't that sound good? I actually watch football. I understand it. I played soccer as a child. We don't have football teams where I am. Like the high schools around me don't play football. But, and I obviously watched a lot of hockey growing up. My dad came to Canada from Scotland, and he realized the best way to make friends here would be to learn how to play hockey. And so my dad went and learned how to play hockey as an adult who grew up as a butcher in Scotland, who quit school and became a butcher. But when he came to Canada, he thought, this is what I'm going to do. And he started playing hockey, and he plays soccer still too. But, it's true. That is a great way to make friends here in Canada. Absolutely. And so, I have never been afraid to try something that I haven't done before. May as well. And honestly, I look at it as a good networking opportunity, and hopefully something we look back on one day and we're like, wow, imagine that incredible fantasy football pool that Paisley was in when she only had 2,000 subscribers. You can all say you were there. Anyways, no, seriously, I actually just like to have fun. I like to do different things, and I like to make friends. So that's why, Hector, I'm doing it. You'll find if people ask me to do things, I tend to do them. Not in a bad way, but just I like to do that. Anywho. Speaking of Tammy, I don't think Tammy's here, but Tammy, field hockey? No, ice hockey. Field hockey's a girl's sport around here for the most part. I didn't play field hockey, although, is that a lie? I think I played it in school when they taught us how to play it. But, I remember specifically, I know the girl's name. I'm not going to say her name, but I remember it very specifically. And she ended up playing, I think, for Team Canada for field hockey. And she was also a very good soccer player. And she was at my school. Like, we grew up together. And just a really good athlete. She was also diabetic. Anyways, but they never gave me a stick. I played a position in soccer called the sweeper, which is like the last defense before the goalie. And I'm also really fast. I used to do track and field, and I was the 100-meter champion for our city. And so I was really fast. In fact, you wouldn't find another girl in the city that could outrun me in 100 meters. So I was able to play that position without being very technically good at soccer. I was just happened to be very fast. So my sister, younger than me, much more technically skilled in soccer than I am, but I was always decently picked for teams because I was very fast. But I also was just not a technically very good player, so I would often get penalties, like carded, because I would tackle people illegally, like cleats up from behind the way you're not supposed to. But, you know, it's either a goal or you stop it and you take the penalty. Anyways, regardless. So Tammy, I'm not going to dox her, but Tammy sent me a lovely little PayPal message. And I think it's maybe $5 US, but whatever it came to, Canadian. And she turned me on to a different jail court that we're going to try and watch today. So, without further ado, hold on. I already see this and I'm excited. Look at the guy at the bottom. Obviously, I mean, quite obviously, that is not his real background. Don't we all wish that we were in the most, like, ever extending Hogwarts-esque library, but with comically low, are those railings in the middle, or are those just, I don't know. There's a lot of second level stuff happening here. Like she's got second levels up at the top there. He's got second levels of books, it appears. And that reminds me again of a story. I went to one of the oldest schools in North America. That's what they used to tell us anyways. The actual building was built like in the 1800s, and it was still the building that we went to. There was like less than 120 kids for all kindergarten to grade 7. So it was a small school. But anyways, it's called South Park, by the way, which was hilarious to everybody when I was growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, because people were like, "Did you kill Kenny? Did you kill Kenny?" And we were like, "No." But anyways, in the gymnasium, they had a second level balcony that we used to joke a ghost lived on because a girl jumped off of it to her death. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that was a prolific belief at our very old school. They also had double, they had staircases that children were not allowed to use because they were so steep. And they were originally intended, I think, for, like, staff But I spent a lot of time at that school, at that school, and like after school hours. So I did go up and down those very dangerous stairwells, but we had regular stairwells as well. But and they had a big furnace room that had a giant furnace in it that wasn't used anymore, but originally was. And there was like a coal storage room, and that's also where they had the kiln, because they had it was a fine art school, so we had like a clay studio for elementary school, which I loved. I thought it was really cool. Anyways, reminiscing about South Park. First of all, I do want to point out my grade 5 teacher, shout out to Larry Lane, that's right, old Lair, still calls me every year on my birthday. Called me this year. I'm 36 years old. Remembers my birthday, remembers my phone number. It's actually why I can't change my phone number. It's the singular reason that I cannot change my phone number. But Larry calls me every year on my birthday still, and wishes me a happy birthday, and he was my grade 5 teacher. So sweet. And he was an American draft dodger, and I do believe that part of him being from America, and he was from the South, and he dodged the Vietnam War and came to Canada. And he imparted such a love of reading on me, but also care, because he still cares to this day. He still calls me and checks in every year, which I find incredible. We used to talk about that. Like, did you get a call from Larry? Like, some kids didn't get calls. He was very close to me and a big impact on me, and so I still get calls. He's actually one of the only people in the world that calls me on my birthday. Anyways, old Lair, love him. Such a great Mike, he is so sweet. I couldn't do that to him. I really couldn't. He's so sweet. He's just preciously sweet. Protect him at all costs. No. Old Larry. I would tell my dad before I would tell Larry.
We need is the state to do these, please.
Yes, Judge. Let me, I had just put an attorney in there, but let me go ahead and bring him up.
Yeah, maybe he can chat the offer to the attorney while we're doing a plea or something.
Just requested him to join back, Judge.
Who's at the iPad? Is that Jonathan Rodriguez at the iPad?
Hey, Mayor. I was talking about my grade 5 teacher who still calls me every year on my birthday. Larry would read us stories while we were, like, reading and stuff, and he would get so animated about them. And he had this southern accent, and I love it. And please keep in mind, a lot of other teachers at that school had said Paisley's a problem. Paisley is, I'm neurodivergent. It's obvious. But for some reason, some teachers work with some kids and some teachers don't. Larry, probably my most impressionable teacher.
Just brought the state back, Judge.
Yeah, Oscar, who's at the iPad? Who do we got first? Garcia?
Let me check in with
Rodriguez, excuse me, Jonathan Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Is that him? John Garcia, is that your client at the iPad?
That actually reminds me of a story roll on, because so I worked at I left that elementary school, but it was a very small elementary school. And I've had many jobs. We talk about them all the time. But one of those jobs was at an engineering firm, and I was an executive assistant. I had a bunch of different engineers that I helped out with different administrative tasks. And I worked there for quite a number of months, and I'd done a lot of billing and payroll and different things for all the people in the office. Like, I knew all of their names, right? But something you have to remember about my elementary school is that, just like I said, Larry, we called our teachers by their first names. So I really wasn't familiar with their last names very much. I was familiar with their first names. And one day I was standing in the lunchroom and I was talking about my school, and one of the engineers offhandedly said, "Oh, my mother taught at that school." And I like looked at him and saw, yay, and I like put two and two together because I never really thought of her last name, but I recognized, and I realized afterwards, I was like, "That's your mom?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God, like she's been my music teacher for, 5 or 6 years when I was young." And just, I had never made the connection. They were, afterwards I saw similarities, but beforehand it was like, it was a mind fuck for me when I realized. I was like, "Your mom was my teacher and I've been working with you for like 6 months and we hadn't figured that out yet." Like, it blew my mind. Tammy. I don't know if it was this Tammy, but another Tammy. Thank you for reminding me, Tammy. Tammy sent me this court. Thanks. Hi, Paul.
Yes, he is.
All right. All right, it's clause number 721546, State of Texas versus Jonathan Rodriguez. Are you Jonathan Rodriguez?
No, I'm not.
All right, I didn't think so.
No,
All right, who are you?
Isaiah Vasquez.
All right, hang on, Isaiah. Who's got Isaiah Vasquez? What lawyer?
I do, Judge. Christian
Who's
Vega.
I? Who's I? You got to identify yourself. I'm not looking at the screen.
Christian Vega, Judge.
All right, Christian, are you ready?
We are, Judge.
All right, so motion to revoke. Alex, do I need to know about this or anything? Alex Valverde?
Okay, this judge is fast. I like it. He's not bothered with the screen. I'm not looking at the screen. Identify yourself. I actually like it. I've never seen him before. Like I said, this was a tip from Tammy, a PP tip. Those tips go to the top. Just the tip. Hi, Loud. Clear the court. Let's enjoy this. Loud, actually, before we get going, last night, I don't know if you watch on Twitch, but Vegas Matt was live on Twitch, and he was in the Celebrity Poker Tours Invitational Tournament. I have some things to say about it, but we'll talk about it at members only. Anyways, did you watch that?
Alex, can you hear us?
Guess not. All right, let's try it. Isaiah, good morning, Isaiah Vasquez. Could you raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vasquez. You lower your hand. Mr. Vasquez, is it okay with you that we proceed with your hearing by video conference rather than in person?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Vasquez, it looks like you were placed on 1 year of probation for the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol level of 0.15 or higher on the 4th of October, 2023. Does that sound right?
Yes, sir.
All right, state's filed a motion to revoke your community supervision. You are aware of that, right?
Yes.
All right, do me a favor, Isaiah. They're going to read an allegation to you. Listen up. Make sure you understand it because you're going to have to tell me if it's true or not true. Go ahead, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violation of condition number 20 on or about the 5th day of January, 2024 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Isaiah Ray Vasquez, did then and there fail to register for and attend a certified DWI education program in violation of condition number 20 and will be waiving and abandoning all other counts, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Vasquez, do you understand that allegation against you?
Yes.
Is it true or not true?
True.
All right. They're abandoning everything else, Mr. Vasquez. So you understand that a plea of true, because of that plea, I could revoke your community supervision in this case.
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, put you in fear, or promised you anything to make you plead?
No.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez. Is there an agreement?
Yes, there is, Your Honor. The
right.
agreement is to revoke the probation and proceed on a $0 fine plus court costs. Let me get the exact days. 35 days in the Bexar County Jail, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask for this judgment to be satisfied.
Christian Vega, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Judge.
Mr. Vasquez, is that what you agreed to?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hang on just a second. Let me fill out this paperwork then.
So he's already served 35 days. And
All right, Mr. Vasquez, then I'm going to find it is true you violated condition number 20 of your probation. At this time, I revoke your community supervision, sentence you to 0 fine, the cost of court, 35 days in the Bexar County Jail. The cost of court and the time will run concurrent. I will give you credit for time served, which means your judgment in this case is satisfied by the time you've already served. This was a revocation of community supervision. You might have limited rights to appeal, Mr. Vasquez, that your lawyer could further advise you about. Mr. Vasquez, you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you take care of yourself. Stay well. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome, sir.
Thanks, Judge.
Hang on, guys. I got to jump off, Oscar, just for some reason, my computer's really low. I can barely hear anyone.
Try the volume, Judge. On my computer, it is above the 3
See if I
button.
can fix this.
Try that. So what my question is he done with his deferred or his community
Yeah, I got
supervision?
Mr.
Like he's
Rodriguez.
just done?
At the iPad.
Okay, thank you.
But so he doesn't need to
right, I
register
think
for
that's
the
much
course?
better.
Like
All right, who do we have, Rod?
I understand, but here, let's think about it logically for a second. The requirement was that he needed to register for the course and take a DUI course, right? He didn't do that. And so instead of making him do that and punishing him for not doing it, they're just like, you're a lost cause. You're terrible. Goodbye. Is that it? Am I understanding it correctly?
Rodriguez?
Rodriguez, Judge. That's Jim Garcia's client.
All right, it's cause number. Let me pull it up here. Rodriguez. If I can find it. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second.
Judge's Pornhub came up, allegedly.
Mr. Aguilar, I'm gonna put you in record number 3, okay?
I hear.
I don't have Rodriguez's
Oh.
paperwork all of a sudden. Could somebody send it back to me?
Yes, Judge. Let me take a look at that.
I'm sure it's my fault. I probably X'd out when I shouldn't have or something.
This court is less organized than Dismissal Dan. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I understand, but my whole point is that if we are talking about not just punitive punishments, but rather actual.
Yeah, because I opened it
Change.
first thinking it was him up there, and it wasn't.
All right, let me send it again, Judge.
Sorry, get disconnected.
It looks like it's still with the, oh no, it is with you, Judge. Let me go ahead and send a reminder.
Yeah, send me a reminder.
You should receive it right now, Judge.
Okay, thanks, Seth. There it is. All right.
Two hours to the
All right,
draft.
it's cause number 721-546, State of Texas versus Jonathan Rodriguez. Are you Jonathan Rodriguez?
Yes.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Rodriguez, is it okay with you that we proceed by video conference?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, you're charged with the offense of criminal trespass. State, is this a habitation?
Your Honor, I believe it's
Burned down.
I believe it is a habitation.
You believe, or you, because I have MB on my docket sheet, but on the paperwork it says Class A.
If
That
you
I'm
make
not
the
too
cor-
sh- Let me see
And
if I
all
can
it-
pull up the report on this one.
All it says is criminal trespass. I need to know if it's private property or habitation.
Members
Yes, Your
only is
Honor.
on Tuesday, Loud Elvis, but I am going to be doing a live football draft tonight on Colin's channel. So there's still something. I linked it in the pinned comment. I was going through my mock draft earlier today, testing it out, and I was picking people based on their wicked cool names, like Young Ho. Had to pick that one. They did not have middle-aged Ho available. Otherwise, I would have picked that. Yes, I did hear about that one guy that got shot. Sashina, thank you.
Your Honor, it is of private property.
All right, then this is wrong. If the clerk could please correct this. This is
Yeah,
checked a Class A misdemeanor. It should be a Class B misdemeanor. Mr.
I
Rodriguez,
apologize, Your Honor.
right. Mr. Rodriguez, you charge of criminal trespass to private property. That is a Class B misdemeanor, punishable by up to 180 days in jail and up to a $2,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you have several legal rights. You have the right to remain silent. You also have a right to a jury trial and to confront the witnesses against you in this case. What that means, sir, is you could have the state bring their witnesses into open court to testify against you, where your lawyer can cross-examine those witnesses in front of a jury. During that proceeding, Mr. Rodriguez, your lawyer could call as many witnesses as he would like for you or on your behalf in front of that same jury. Mr. Rodriguez, do you understand, sir? You have those rights.
Yes, sir.
You also understand, Mr. Rodriguez, that you do not have to give up those rights.
Yes, sir.
All right, but if you want to give them up, you can. And you do it by filling out this paperwork that I will share with you right now called the Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court Admonitions. Did you go over this paperwork, Mr. Rodriguez, with your lawyer before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand what's in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Great, because these documents tell the court that you understand what you're charged with, you understand the range of punishment, and then you further understand you have all of those trial rights that we just talked about, but you're telling me you want to give up those rights or waive them so you can enter into an agreement with the state of Texas on this case. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, then I will approve your waivers and have them filed with the papers in this cause. Mr. Rodriguez, evidently you have a plea bargain in this case. First thing you need to understand, sir, is I don't have to go along with your agreement. However,
Do you guys notice that it's frozen? They're all frozen, but the audio continues? Oh god, does it stay like that the whole time? What's happening? Oh dear. I think it does stay like that. That's terrible. This terrible news! It's okay, I have some other court that we can watch, because I'm not going to just watch them sit in the exact same position for the whole time. That's my fault, though. This court is slightly disjointed, I'll say, in a kind way. Disjointed, if you will. Unfixable with a pill. But we will check back in there, Tammy. Thanks again for sending that through to me. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up. Where did I put it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Hmm. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Judge Bromlick for the win.
State 30, control terms.
John, welcome. Thanks for being here. We didn't really start that bad without you. We have a big double header today, sort of. Oh, wow. Hi. You're happy to be here.
Good morning. Calling the matter of Kathleen Gray versus.
For the record, this matter is before the court for a pretrial conference. The same is being conducted via Zoom. Good morning. Are you Kathleen Gray?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Is
Good
Thomas
morning.
Gray present on audio?
Pardon me?
I'm here.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Gray.
Good morning,
The
sir.
court's in receipt of a consent judgment. The two of you have prepared. The court appreciates your assistance in this regard. Well, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. We'll start with you, Ms. Gray. Can you please state your name and current mailing address for the record, please?
My name is Kathleen Hillette Gray, Michigan 49868.
Okay, we have a Meanwell address for you.
Oh, I
Dundee.
apologize. I apologize. That, yeah, yes, it's 12 Michigan 48131. That's where I'm staying right now. I apologize. I was thinking of the other, the mailing address as well as physical. I apologize.
Yeah, just an address to which the judgment can be mailed to you.
Yes, 1211.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gray.
Yes,
Ms. Gray, is it true that you filed a complaint for divorce with this court on about May 17, 2024?
yes, sir.
Is it further true that on the date you filed the complaint that you reside in the county of Monroe for at least 10 days and stayed in Michigan at least 6 months?
Yes, I did.
Is it further true that you married to Thomas Gray on June 27, 2010?
Yes.
Is it, how long have you been separated?
Oh, gosh, off and on for last year or so. We've been working on things and I've been just staying down at my daughter's house. So
Okay.
it's sporadic. We're still very good friends, Your Honor. We've been friends for 55 years. We met when we were 12 in junior high.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we're still very good friends. We have no animosity or any problems with each other at all.
Well, that's wonderful.
It
And Ms.
is.
Gray, is it true there's been a breakdown, however, of your marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even though you remain good friends, is there any chance of reconciliation?
Not right now.
And were there any children born or adopted during your marriage who are still minors?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently pregnant?
No.
And you signed your name to this proposed judgment approving the terms and conditions contained therein, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, no, Your Honor, I don't.
Thank you, Ms. Gray. Mr. Gray, can you please state your name and mailing address for the court?
Yes, sir. Thomas Glenn Gray. 49868.
Is Newbury, is that in the Upper Peninsula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Gray, did you hear the testimony of your wife, Kathleen, this morning?
Yes, I did.
Was her testimony true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Did you also sign your name to this proposed judgment approving the terms and conditions contained therein?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No, sir.
I'm going to go through the terms of this judgment with both of you very quickly. You've agreed that spousal support or alimony is not awarded. That's forever barred. And you've already divided your personal property, so each will keep the personal property current in your possession, free and clear of any claim on the part of the other and pay any debt thereon. There are no joint debts, so each will pay any debts in their own names. Each will keep their own automobile. There's no real estate to be divided. And each party will keep their own retirement benefits, whether it's an IRA, 401k, or pension. And finally, Ms. Gray is requesting restoration of the former name of Kathleen Hillette Gray Macklin.
Yeah, Your Honor, I will probably, I don't know if this will work. I apologize for interrupting. I will keep Gray on most things. I have Macklin. I don't know. I was going to do Gray Macklin, like a hyphenated name.
And that's how you've spelled this out in the judgment. But if you don't want to add the hyphenated Macklin, just don't take this judgment to the Secretary of State because it will not legally change unless you take this to the Secretary of State and Social Security.
Thank you, Your Honor, for that information. Thank you very much.
So
I appreciate
it
that.
It gives you the option, if you choose not to take it to Secretary of State and Social Security, it won't happen.
Okay,
So it's totally up to you if you want to do it a year from now or not at all.
okay,
But it
great.
gives you the option, but
Okay.
it'll remain gray as far as
Yeah.
the state of Michigan and the federal government's concerned until you take this judgment of divorce to both Secretary of State and Social Security, okay?
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
That was my only question, I guess, when you asked earlier, was if that was gonna be okay to do. Because I'd like to
Okay.
keep it gray right now, but gray hyphenated man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, it's wonderful that you are good friends and you'll still have a relationship in the future. That is beautiful. It's wonderful. The court appreciates your cooperation in submitting a clean judgment of divorce and appearing this morning on time, if not a little earlier, which is wonderful. In any event, based upon the testimony that's been presented this morning, as well as the complaint filed in this case, the court finds that jurisdiction has been established. The court further finds that there has been a breakdown in the marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed, and there appears to be no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved. Accordingly, it is ordered by the court that the marriage between the parties be and is thereby dissolved, and judgment shall enter granting a divorce from bonds of matrimony. Judgment has been signed. You both be mailed a copy. Good luck to both of you, and have a
Thank
great
you,
rest
Your
of the day
Honor.
and weekend.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome.
You as well.
Great.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
and everyone in the court. Thank you,
You're
Your
welcome.
Honor.
You can zoom out. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you as well. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
That's everybody,
Just a bunch of
including
people.
you at
Just a thing
home.
morning, huh? They're here on time. Their internet's strong. Yeah.
The judge's wet dream, on
And
time.
the judgment's
strong
all
internet.
clean. I mean, I didn't have any copies because there's nothing I had to add, or a lot of times I'm like, okay, I don't make extra copies because I know that I'm not making changing things. But
Judge, oh, what's she getting? She has some good treats in her top drawer. The secretary right over here. Oh, come on, reach in, reach in, reach in, reach in. I would get married again. My ex-husband has already been married.
yeah, I
and
guess
is
I've
already
got
married
to
again.
log
So
in
I can't
too.
even
I
have
just
that.
on base and I gotta.
Thank you for being here, Katie9. Judge is taking his sweet ass time. Somebody just came in the door, flashed a pan of pasta at me, and I said, "I'm live." And I said, "Wait, what is that?" And then he said, "You're live." I must go find out what it is. I'm starving.
Calling the matter of Michael Vecina.
For the record, this matter is before the court for entry of a proposed judgment of divorce. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. Present is Attorney Alexis Stang. Good morning, Ms. Stang.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Representing the plaintiff, Michael. How is the last name pronounced? Basida?
Bashadi.
Basadi? Mr. Basadi is present with Ms. Stang. In addition, the defendant, Anne Marie Basada, is also present. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Very well, before we begin, Ms. Posada, do you understand that Ms. Stang, even though she prepared this judgment of divorce, she represents your husband, Michael, and her loyalties lie with her husband. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But, okay, all right, Mr. Posada, can you both please raise your right hand to be sworn, please? Do you both solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Stang, you can begin with Mr. Posada, please.
Thank you. Can you please state your full name?
Michael Walter Bashadi.
Thank you. And you are the plaintiff in this matter and filed the complaint for divorce, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is it accurate to state that you've been a resident of Michigan for at least 180 days immediately preceding the filing of the complaint for divorce?
Yes.
Okay, and a resident of Monroe County for at least 10 days immediately preceding the filing of the complaint?
Yes.
Okay. And you were married on May 15th, 2015 in Lucas County, Ohio, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you both have one child, one minor child of the marriage, Elena Dean Bashotti, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you and your wife have actually been living separate and apart for 2 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And is it accurate to state that there's been a breakdown of the marital relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed and there remains no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved?
Correct.
Okay. And so then are you asking the court to enter this judgment of divorce?
Yes.
Okay. And you have already signed the judgment of divorce, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so have you had an ample opportunity to review it and understand it?
Yes.
Okay. And do you believe that the provisions relating to your daughter regarding custody, child support, and parenting time are all in your daughter's best interest?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And have you had a chance then to also review the property division contained?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand all of that?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that once the court enters this judgment that neither of you can come back at any time and request that the property division be changed, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you are waiving spousal support, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that that will be forever barred as to both parties and neither of you can come back in the future and request the court to change that?
Correct.
Okay. And do you have any questions then for me regarding the judgment?
No, I do not.
Okay. Are you satisfied with my representation of you in this matter?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any questions for the court regarding the judgment?
I do not.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Ms. Becerra, could you please state your name and mailing address for the record, please?
Anne Marie Bishotti, 114 Kearney Drive.
Thank you. Did you hear the testimony of your husband, Michael, this morning?
Yes.
Was his testimony true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Are you currently pregnant?
No.
Did you in fact sign your name to the judgment of divorce, approving the terms and conditions contained therein?
Yes.
Did you do so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for the court?
No.
Who's getting the upgrade here?
Ms. Becerra, your husband testified you've been separated for approximately 2 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. There's a statutory 6-month waiting period, and this question is to both parties. The statutory 6-month waiting period in any case in which there's a minor child, just to make sure there's no chance of reconciliation. The 6 months begins to run on the date the divorce complaint was filed. So in this case, the 6 months expires on November 5. Now, this court has the authority to waive that waiting period. The court would do so if you both agree to that the court enter the judgment of divorce today rather than waiting a couple months. Ms. Becerra, are you asking the court to waive the balance of the waiting period and enter the judgment of divorce today?
That's fine. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe it to be in the best interest of your daughter to simply finalize things sooner than later so you can move forward?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Same question for you, Mr. Becerra. Are you asking the court to waive the balance of the waiting period and enter the judgment of divorce today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe it to be in the best interest of your daughter to finalize things sooner than later?
Yes.
All right. The court will do so at the request of both parties. Anything further this morning, Ms. Dang?
No, thank you.
Ms. Becerra at all?
No.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Dang, for your assistance and helping facilitate the amicable resolution of this matter. And the court would applaud you, Mr. Becerra. It's wonderful you can co-parent your daughter. And they've come to your own agreement relative to all standing issues. It's far better off than having the court decide these matters.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course, there may be challenges in the future, but the effective communication, make it good for each other and your daughter. There's enough challenges in life. In any event, based upon the testimony that's been presented this morning, as well as complaint filed in this case, the court finds that jurisdiction has been established. Court further finds that there has been a breakdown in the marriage relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed and there appears to be no reasonable likelihood that the marriage can be preserved. Accordingly, it is ordered that the marriage between the parties be and is hereby dissolved and judgment shall enter granting a divorce from bonds of matrimony. Judgment has been signed. Good luck to both of you. Everyone can zoom out. Have a good rest of the day and weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out, a town, she said. That went quicker than I thought. Quicker than I thought. Quicker than I thought it would. I don't think we watched this.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, good morning. This is the matter of Young versus Gomez, case number 23-00685 DC. Present in the virtual courtroom, we have both parties. We are here on Mr. Young or Ms. Young's motion to modify custody. And from reading the motion, it appears that there is no custody order in this matter. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And I have read your motion, Ms. Young, and is there anything else you want to say that you don't have in your motion?
Well, I just want to say that, like, you know, we do have a 6-year-old child that we do co-parent 50-50. We do have a mutual agreement that we had up until like July or so. I tried to get my son when I was supposed to on my day.
I
After,
read
you know,
all that. You have all that in your motion. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you don't need to repeat it. I read it.
okay, well, I mean, I just tried to go get my son from school recently, and they denied me of going to get him or whatever. Because I guess I'm not on his account or something like that. So I was wondering if there could be something set in stone so I can get him and see him, because it's been almost a month since I seen my child.
All right. Mr. Gomez, response. I didn't see that you filed anything in writing.
Okay, yeah. I'll work 3:30. I've been trying to go up and file a motion ever since July, but every time I make it up there, it's like last minute and they can't get me in. But so I've been trying to file a motion myself. I'm actually seeking full custody with her getting visitation rights, or full legal custody with her.
Actually, you're seeking nothing right now, dumbass. Did you just actually hear what happened? She filed the motion. You meant to, but you didn't. And so you need to shut up. You need to defend this motion. She fucking beat you to it, bud. Don't know what to tell you.
Her visitation rights. I've been taking care of him since I've been 2. She stepped in. She's finally started helping out a bit. Last time we had a motion to get 50-50 custody.
Mr. Gomez, you need to stop moving.
Oh,
If you
sorry.
can find a spot where
Sorry.
you can stay and then stay there and let me know. I'll let you have a minute to do that.
All right,
Let me
sorry,
know
right
when
here.
you're stable.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Last time we did have a thing to agree to 50-50 custody. She told you guys in court she had that she had childcare ready, in which she did not. As soon as we left court, I texted her and I gave her a few options of stuff we could do. Like,
Let me interrupt you just a minute. So there is a custody order right now.
there is a 50-50
No.
agreement. Yes,
All right. This is not a time for the two of you to interrupt each other.
yeah, that's why I was just stopped. I didn't know. I'll just stop. Sorry.
Ms. Young, you will have an opportunity to say something else, but I need you to be quiet so Mr. Gomez can tell me what he needs to say. All right.
Okay, yes, we did. Sometime last year, we did have a 50-50 agreement in which.
Okay, agreement is different than an order. The question was, do you have a signed court order that says what custody is supposed to be?
No, I thought that would be the same thing with us agreeing that 50-50 custody.
You don't have something signed by a judge, by me, that says what custody and parenting time is supposed to be?
I thought we had something saying it was 50-50 custody, but no parenting time. That was under my understanding was last time we went for the motion.
All right, well, Ms. Gibson, can you grab the file and see if there's an order in there, please?
Sure.
May I continue?
All
Or
right. So I need to figure out what this current status is first, but all right, so you are no longer in agreement with whatever agreement that the two of you had.
yes,
that
I'm
right?
no longer. Yeah, I'm no longer
Why?
in agreement
Why?
due to.
Why?
As soon as we left court, she told you guys she had a babysitter going. As soon as we left court, she said no, she could only do 1 day. And we did that for a while. She decided she wanted more time. I agreed to have her more time. And just come recently, I found out she's been leaving our 6-year-old son home alone by himself. And she's telling him, don't tell your father because he would not let you come over here. And she told me that we both agreed our son has been acting very weird and shut downish. And I told her the more time he spends over there, the more shut down she acts. And then when I got him home in July, when he came home, he was acting weird. I just asked him, what's wrong? Is anything bothering you? Is anything going on? He just burst in tears, like snot coming down and everything. And I'm like, what's wrong? He wouldn't tell me because he said his mom told him not to tell me. And then I'm asking, like, was anything wrong? Would you leaving him home? Like, are you being hit? And he's like, yeah. So I did call CPS and they went.
Okay.
I did call
I was
them
just
and
about
they
to ask if you contacted them.
Yes, I have. And they started a case and then they said that they had to talk to them. And after CPS came and talked to me, I said, okay, I verified with my son that he wasn't being abused, but he was being left home alone unattended, and he's only 6 years old. And she telling him, don't tell your dad and stuff. And I've told her several times, I got text message as well telling her, if you ever would like to go out, if you ever like to do anything, I will watch him. Just let me know if you want to go out and enjoy yourself or do anything. I've even set up a babysitter for her through my aunt, which is only $20 a day. And she didn't even take that. She said it's too far. She don't want to drive from her house to the babysitters, and it's only 2 days throughout the week. So it's like I give her I try to help out any chance I get. And she's I see no reason to be neglecting our child, leaving them home. I feel like that's dangerous, that's not safe and stuff. So I'm not comfortable with my child being over there. She just leaving them home so she could go out and party, or she could do whatever she wants. And when I'm always extending the olive branch so she could have me watch them or somebody watch them.
All right. I'm going to stop you now. Ms. Young, anything you'd like to say about the things he's saying?
Yeah, I believe all of that is honestly false. The CPS case, like I said, that's been closed. I do have an email stating that it was closed. I never left him home alone. I do have people in my corner that watch him faithfully when I need it. And I just don't feel like how he says that he's unsafe or anything like that, because there's a lot of information that I do have and proof that I do have that his environment is actually unsafe.
Okay, we're not going to go down that road. What I'll do is I'll refer this to the front of the court for an investigation.
Yeah, I like that.
Custody, parenting time, and support. They will be contacting both of you. Make sure you respond. I will suspend the fee for the investigation. And in the meantime, Mr. Gomez, we do need to have some parenting time in place. So what would you be agreeable to in the meantime?
Is there a way I can get something in order that I can go to his school and actually see him? Because when I went up there, I had the birth certificate and everything. They denied me access. And he didn't even have the birth certificate when he enrolled him into school.
Ms. Gibson, did you find that order?
I'm unclear
Yes.
which order you're asking for.
Whatever order is in the file.
I scanned the child support order and the order for support. Those were the only two orders that I saw.
Okay, and hold on, Mr. Gomez, just a moment, all right?
There's a mediation status report.
Okay, it's a status report, but no order.
Mm.
Did you put the, oh yeah, you did. Okay.
No, the mediation is just a report. It's not an order. There's a facilitated joint meeting status report.
Okay, I do see, there's a judgment of support. Okay, and it does indicate the judgment of support was entered on July 19th, 2023. It states that the parties share joint physical and joint legal custody. Offers facilitated parenting time services to the parties within 1 year of the entry of the judgment. So we're just past that. So yes, there is an order. It gives both of you joint physical and legal custody. Ms. Young, you can take that order that's been existing here for over a year to the school, and they will be required to, that's what they need from you. They don't need the birth certificate. They need the judgment of support that was entered on July 19th, 2023.
So will I be able to go grab him then if I'm able to like see him if I get that order or whatever?
Well, let me talk to Mr. Gomez. I'll go back to my original question. Mr. Gomez, what are you suggesting for parenting time in the meantime while this is being investigated?
I'm suggesting that I don't have no problem with her. We even have text. I don't have no problem with meeting her getting him. I'm not comfortable with her taking him over there overnight and stuff because she was telling the truth at least.
My question is very simple. What schedule would you agree to right now?
I would agree with her maybe seeing him after schools or something at the moment, but not her picking him up from school and taking him to her house for overnights because my son did admit to the CPS lady that his mom was leaving him home. And then she told the CPS lady, of course, oh, no, I didn't leave him home, which.
Okay, I'm not going to we don't have time to get into all that today, which is why I'm sending it to the front of the court. I'm simply asking, tell me what schedule you would agree to or that you would be willing to do.
I would agree with her spending some time with our child during the days or something. He gets out of
all
school.
Right, what schedule? What days, what times?
I don't know. He gets out at 4:30, so like 4 to 8, 4 to 9 during the day. So he could be back home. So I can make sure he's being watched during the night times and stuff.
Well, 4 to 8, 4 to 9 is kind of late, I think, for especially a school day. So what days?
Let's say like Wednesday to Fridays.
So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every week?
Yeah.
Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every week, 4 to 8. And makes some sense to me for her to pick him up at school.
Yeah. Well, she could do that, or he rides the bus too. The bus drive. She can meet him at his bus stop.
Okay.
So I'm not able to have him on the weekends.
Okay, I'll get to that. And then what are you thinking about for weekends?
For weekends, I mean, if she wants to see him during the days, we could create something to be like the same schedule where he'll be back to me during the night times.
Okay.
There's like no overnights or nothing. That's ridiculous.
No, I would not feel comfortable overnights after you leave him home alone. I would not.
All right. So again, what do you ask? What kind of a schedule for the weekends are you talking about with no overnights?
If she would like to, since you don't have school on Saturdays, she could pick him up early in the morning if she wants and bring him back by again 7, 8 p.m.
Okay, what time in the morning?
She could come at 10 a.m. if she'd like to in the mornings.
Okay, so 10 to 8 Saturdays.
10 to 8 on Saturdays if she'd like.
Okay.
So is he able to drop him off and pick him up, or what is that looking like? Taking turns? What are we doing?
Right, just let me take this one step at a time. Okay.
Okay.
So Saturdays and Sundays from 10 until 8. And what transportation? Typically, the person who is starting their parenting time picks up, and the person who is ending their parenting time, right, the person who's beginning their parenting time picks up. So can you provide the transportation for picking him up at 8 o'clock in the evenings?
Yeah, I can find a ride if I got to. I ain't got a car, so I've been trying to I ain't got a car or a vehicle right now, but I could make a way to pick him up for sure if I need to, because every time she has to pick them up or drop them off, she says remarks like, "I'm running my car to the ground."
All right, we're not getting into all
Nothing
of
to
that
do with
right now.
this.
Okay, that's why I'm sending it to the front of the court. So the person beginning, the parent beginning their parenting time picks up. So Ms. Young can pick up at school or at your house to start her parenting time. And Sir, you're to pick up at the end of her parenting time in the beginning of yours. All right.
Okay.
We will draft the order, and like I said, I'll send this to the front of the court for them to do an investigation and recommendation.
So when does this start?
Okay. So
It
would
should
this
start.
prevent her from picking them up during the middle of the days as she tried to last week?
Yes, the parenting time will be what the order calls for.
Okay, okay. So we'll get copies and everything. All right.
Yes, and I'll try to get that done today.
Okay.
All right, and if Ms. Gibson.
And that was all they wrote about that. Contentious. I'm not sure I agree with the judge on this. Seems concerning, but this is why you hire a lawyer. Seriously, hire a lawyer. It's important. Anyways, I have to get finished getting ready for the draft. I've already set this to redirect over there. There's also a link pinned in the comment above. Oh no, I'm not sad. I'm just, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day, so I'm gonna eat pasta. And then I'm gonna get ready for the draft. I think Colin's streaming it live, so you guys are able to participate and watch us make fools of ourselves all together. And yeah, like I said, it'll auto redirect over there. Team KCC. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow. And reminder, we will have a makeup members only on Tuesday. It's gonna be a good one. Anyways, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember that I love you. I am proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Teresa, nice to see you. We're doing a fantasy football draft today at, what time is it? I don't know. Colin set the time. Anyways, this video will redirect over there. And it's also pinned at the top. Come watch and see. Anyways, love you. Proud of you. See you in the next video. Love you. Bye.
Ways down and ready to